We've seen significant changes. I think in the 90s, it was more a capacity selling. So you had empty reactors, so you sold them. We started in the early 2000s, especially in the API industry, to come under massive price pressure from India and China. So I think it was more, a deal of capacity against, reduced costs. But nowadays, when I talk now to the customers, they really expect chemical innovation, they expect process innovation. They really are coming to us to find solutions, not just empty reactors. I think it's much more now service-oriented, the full scope of regulatory services, procurement services on top of it. So from that point of view, it's much more now a real collaboration, not just a transactional part of the business. What we see nowadays is that, some pharma companies, some regulatory agencies actually approve already based on phase 1 data, very fast-track solutions to the market. From that point of view, it's now very, very important that even for a preclinical phase 1 study, you have the process under control, you have the right analytical development techniques available, you have the right setups for the production. So I think that's much more important than in the past. From that point of view, to choose the right partner at the beginning is very, very important. On the other hand, in the 5-10 years ago, you always had the slogan, go fast into phase 1, cheap but fast. And nowadays, it's much more fundamental that you really get good science done as well. And that's why we focus very, very strong on modeling, so that we really understand that we can do a limited amount of experiments, but really get the maximum amount on experience, on the clinical data, so we can really use them for filing later on. I think I would focus on 3 areas. First of all, you need a team that can really collaborate with you as a customer. So they need to have the right mindset, right experience levels, and be open for a collaboration. Then on the other hand, we really, a supplier needs as well technology understanding, a technology toolbox that's deep enough so we can address all the issues that will pop up during the development, experience in the teams, so that you have a mix between young scientists and really experienced scientists. And the third point, it is very important that the company is stable as well. You start a collaboration that may take 10, 15 years to the future. So financial stability, a good network is very important as well, so that you really have a partner that you can rely on over the next phases into commercial manufacturing. I think, we still see occasionally that some of our customers just choose based on price. And maybe that's fine for one phase. We quite often see then similar customers coming back and for the next phase because they did not get the results they wanted to have. But that is still an issue. Capacity occasionally now is an issue as well. People want to move really fast and not everyone has immediate capacity open. I think that's maybe occasionally, leads to wrong decisions as well. When you look at the pharma industry supply chain, the supply chain setup is really, I would say, in the 60s and 70s when you compare this to the electronic industry. And if you can take lessons, have a look at Apple, have a look at Amazon. These companies, they're really focusing on their core industrial design, development, and then the sales channels to the market. And they outsource everything else where they're not specialists, from 3PL to manufacturing. I think in the pharma industry, we are now at a level or at the time where we have to find new ways. Everyone has a close look at the pharma costs, especially for the patient. And I think that is very important that we get the costs under control, and the supply chain costs are very, very significant. And some supply chains, they're more than 3 years long from the beginning when you actually start manufacturing till you actually sell the product to the patient. And there I think there's time to speed up and use new models to really get this efficiently done.